We have been conditioned by a 100-year-old educational system to believe one fundamental lie, that the harder you work, the more you earn. We see our parents working 12-hour shifts, we see our teachers grading papers until midnight, and we are told that this grind is the only path to success. But let's look at the data. Let's look at the reality of the world in 2026. If hard work alone resulted in wealth, the hardest working people on the planet, the coal miners, the construction workers, the single mothers working 3 jobs, would be the wealthiest people in history. But they aren't. In fact, they are often the ones struggling to pay for basic necessities. The harsh truth is this: the market doesn't pay you for your sweat. It doesn't pay you for your exhaustion. And it certainly doesn't pay you for the hours you sacrifice away from your family. The market only pays for one thing: the magnitude of the problem you solve and the difficulty of replacing you. In this video, we are going to deconstruct the hard work myth. I'm going to show you the mathematical trap of the 12-hour workday and explain why linear income is a recipe for permanent poverty. By the end of this session, you will understand how the 1% use leverage to earn in 1 hour what most people earn in a year. If you're tired of being tired and still being poor, this is the most important 10 minutes of your life. To understand why your 12-hour days are failing you, we have to look at the math of linear income. Linear income is a 1-to-1 ratio. You work 1 hour, you get paid 1 unit of money. It sounds fair, but it's a trap. Why? Because you are a biological being with physical limits. You only have 24 hours. Even if you are a superhero and you never sleep, never eat, and never take a break, you still only have 168 hours in a week. That is your absolute ceiling. Your income is capped by your physical presence. The 1% don't play this game. They understand the power of decoupling. They separate their time from their money. Think about a software developer who spends 100 hours writing an app. Once that app is on the store, it can be downloaded by 1 million people while the developer is sleeping. That is 100 hours of work resulting in 1 million units of value. That is exponential income. When you work 12 hours at a job, you are selling your life in small increments. And the worst part? You are selling it at a wholesale price. You are giving away your most valuable asset, time, for a fixed, low price, while your employer uses your time to build their exponential system. To get rich, you must stop being the fuel and start being the engine. Let's address the elephant in the room. Why does a hedge fund manager make $100 million while a dedicated, hard-working teacher makes $50,000? Is the manager working 2,000 times harder? No, it's physically impossible. The difference lies in the economic value of the problem. The market is a cold, heartless machine. It rewards you based on how many people you serve and how difficult it is to find someone else who can do what you do. If you are doing high-volume, low-skill work, like data entry, driving, or basic retail, the market will always keep your wages low because you are commoditized. There are 7 billion people on Earth, and if 1 billion of them can do your job, your value is near zero. Working 12 hours a day at a low-skill job is like trying to fill a swimming pool with a teaspoon. It doesn't matter how fast you move the spoon, the physics of the task are against you. To break out, you must move up the value chain. You need to acquire specific knowledge, skills that can't be taught in a classroom but are learned through obsession and experience. Whether it's high-stakes negotiation, complex coding, or specialized investment, these are the skills that allow you to work 2 hours and earn more than a month of manual labor. If you want to stop working 12-hour days and start getting rich, You need to understand leverage. Leverage is the art of getting more output for less input. There are four main levers that the wealthy use to move the world. First is labor. This is the oldest form of leverage. Having people work for you. But labor is messy. It requires management, leadership, and dealing with human emotions. It's high-maintenance leverage. Second is capital. This is the most popular form of leverage. You put your money to work. Every dollar you invest in a stock, a bond, or a business is a little soldier that works for you 24/7 without complaining. Capital is a great lever, but you need money to start. The third and fourth levers are the permissionless levers, media and code. These are the levers of the new rich. If you write a blog, record a podcast, or create a YouTube channel like this one, you are using media. You record once, and it can be consumed by millions. If you write code or build a digital tool, you are using code. These levers have zero marginal cost of replication. It costs nothing for one more person to watch this video or use your app. This is how a 20-year-old in his basement can out-earn a 50-year-old CEO. The CEO is using labor. The 20-year-old is using code. To get rich, you must pick a lever. If you aren't using one of these four, you are the one being used as leverage by someone else. There is a psychological phenomenon I call lazy hard work. This is when people work 12 hours a day as a way to avoid the hard thinking required to change their lives. It is much easier to keep doing what you're told, to keep grinding in a familiar job, than it is to face the uncertainty of starting something new. We use our exhaustion as a badge of honor. We tell our friends, "I'm so busy, I worked 14 hours today," as if that makes us successful. In reality, busyness is often a sign of a lack of priority. The wealthy are not busy. They are productive. There is a massive difference. Being productive means you are moving the needle on your long-term goals. Being busy means you are just spinning the wheel. If you want to be rich, you have to be willing to be unproductive in the eyes of society. You have to spend time thinking, reading, and planning. You have to work 8 hours for your survival and 2 hours for your freedom. Those 2 hours of deep work, where you build your system or learn your high-income skill, are worth more than the other 8 combined. Stop bragging about your overtime and start questioning your strategy. So, the conclusion is clear. Hard work is a requirement, but it is not the reason people get rich. You need to work hard on building systems, not just performing tasks. You need to move from linear labor to leveraged assets. But here is a mystery. If the path is so logical, why do so many highly educated, smart people fail to see it? Why do doctors, lawyers, and engineers, people with massive brain power, often find themselves trapped in the 12-hour grind until they are 65? There is a specific intelligence trap that prevents smart people from ever becoming truly wealthy. They are too educated to be humble and too secure to be free. In our next video, we are going to dive deep into why smart people stay poor. We will explore the 5 cognitive biases that keep high IQ individuals broke and how you can avoid them, even if you don't have a PhD. If you're ready to stop being a hamster and start being the architect of your life, comment "Systems over Slavery" below. Make sure you subscribed and turned on that notification bell, because the next video will challenge everything you thought you knew about being smart. Your evolution from a worker to a builder starts now. I'll see you in the lab.